Hi guys, how are you? I hope you people are doing well. My name is Shivam Pandey and I welcome you all to this lovely platform. So guys, in this lecture we are going to talk about the plains. Okay, so next geographical feature is the plains. We had talked about the mountains, we had talked about the plateaus. Now we have to talk about the next geographical feature, and the next geographical feature is the plains. Okay buddy, so we have to talk about now guys. When we talk about the plains, remember one thing. The very first thing, that's what are the plains? When we define the plains, so plains are defined as any extensive area. Plains are defined as any extensive area which has an altitude more than which has an altitude less than, okay, it's not more than, it's less than, altitude less than 300. So this is the geographical definition of the plains. Now what's the layman definition of the plains? Okay, when we talk about the definition of the plains, so technically plains are the area plains are defined as the area. Plains are defined as an area which is more than 100 kilometers in area, and its altitude is less than 300 meters. So this is the definition, that the area which has an area of more than 100 kilometer, okay, technically they are the area more than 100 kilometers, and altitude is less than 300 meters. This extensive area is known as the plain. Now buddy, when we talk about the next major things regarding the plains, so we have to know next thing, that guys, when we talk about these plains, I'm so sorry. Now they are classified on some basis, like we have the classification on the basis of topography. They are classified on the basis of topography. Now guys, when we talk about the topographical classification, we should know one thing, that on the basis of topography, it tells us the structure of the surface. What does topography tell us? It tells us the structure of the surface. Now buddy, when we talk about on the basis of topography, the very first thing that here we have is the regular plane, okay, and regular plane is the most common one. We have the regular Guys, when we talk about the regular plane, it is almost constant smooth structure. It is almost constant smooth structure. Almost constant and smooth structure. It is the most common type of plane. Okay, write down this also. It is the most common type of plane. Clear? Now guys, when we look towards this structure, the relief formation over this particular structure is almost zero. It is almost the smooth plane like this. So relief is almost equals to 0. Okay, the relief is almost equals to 0, or you could say that it's a penny plane. So this is the very first thing on the basis of the structure. So we have the regular plane. After regular plane, the next structure that we have is the irregular plane. Here we have the irregular plane. Next structure. Irregular plane. Guys, when we talk about the irregular plane, remember one thing. Here altitude is less than 0. But irregular planes are mostly developed due to the volcanic activity. Okay, they are mostly developed due to the volcanic activity. When we talk about the irregular plane, remember guys, they are like uneven structure like this. They are the uneven structure like this. Okay, here relief is not equals to 0, and their altitude is less than 300 meters. Altitude is less than 300 meters. Remember this thing. So they are the irregular planes. They are formed due to the volcanic activity. After this thing guys, after this, when we talk about the next topographical structure of the plane, is known as the badland topography or the rugged surface. Badland topography or rugged surface. The next structure is badland. The next structure is badland topography or rugged surface. Now, buddy, in badland topography, this rugged surface or badland topography, they are developed when volcanic activity and heterogeneous rock structures are seen. Okay, they are developed when volcanic activity plus rugged surfaces plus heterogeneous plus is C. Now guys, when we have the heterogeneous rock structure, due to the wind action, the softest rock, that is the sedimentary rock, get eroded due to the abrasion, due to the frictional force, due to the wind action. Remember this. There is erosion in this particular plane due to the different rock structure. Okay, due to wind action, there is erosion. So this is the that we need to understand. Okay. So on the basis of the topography, we have the three different type of planes. What are those? We have the regular planes. The regular planes are the most common one. They are almost constant and smooth structure. We have irregular planes. When we talk about the irregular planes, their altitude is less than 300 meters, but here we have the irregular planes are the mostly developed due to the volcanic activity. And remember guys, in irregular plane we have the homogeneous rock structure. Okay, write down in the point. We have the homogeneous rock structure. We have the homogeneous rock structure in these particular planes. So are we good about these particular things, guys? Do let me know in the comment section that are we good about these things or not. Are we good about these things? Come on, everyone. Just do let me know. Everyone out there, those who are watching this particular section. Now, buddy. After this, the next category of the division of the plane after topographical division, the next one is the formation, process of formation of the planes. We have the process of formation. We have the process of formation. I'm so sorry. Guys, when we talk about the process of formation, here we have the lava plains. Okay, we have the lava plains. The very first one is the lava plains. When we talk about the lava plains, guys, lava plains are formed. Remember, we had talked about these things when we were discussing about the volcanic mountain. There I have told you about the singular volcanism and the characteristic of lava. Singular volcanism was further divided into two different groups. If it has multiple fault line and if it has singular fault line, what happens in that particular condition, I told you in the previous lectures. And I had categorized lava into two bases, acidic lava and basic lava. The amount of silica dioxide they have on that particular basis, lava is categorized into two different parts. If silica dioxide is more than 70%, then it is considered as acidic lava. If silica dioxide is less than 70%, then it is considered as the basic lava. So we have categorized this thing into lava into two different parts. Okay, so these are the things. Now buddy, Now. When we talk about lava plains, they are the rare plains. Okay, they are the rare plains. Okay, and they are formed due to the multiple fault line and basic lava. Okay, they are formed. They are formed due to the multiple fault line plus basic lava, and they are the rare one. Okay, they are the rare one. Guys, when we talk about the basic lava spreads due to the less viscosity. Remember this thing, that basic lava spread. Okay, spread due to the less viscosity. Less viscous. So these are the things that we need to understand. After this particular thing, guys, when we talk about the lava plains, remember one thing, that lava plains, the example of lava plains is the Hungary plains. It is the largest plain of the world, which is known as Hungarian plains. In India, there is no lava plains. Okay. Hungarian plains are the largest lava plains of the world. They are the largest lava plains of the world, and in India, we have no lava plains. Okay, in India we have the presence of no lava plains. Remember this point. This is again the important one. Clear? So are we good about these things, buddy? Are we good about these things, guys? Now, after this particular thing, the next plane is the Laos plains. Okay, they are formed due to the aeolian action. Next one is the Laos plains. Remember about the Laos plains also. Next one is the Laos plains. Guys, when we talk about the Laos plains, they are formed due to the aeolian action. Aeolian action means they are formed due to the wind action. Okay, they are formed due to the wind action. Okay, they are formed due to the wind action. Clear? They are formed due to the wind action. So these are the things that we people need to understand. So these are the things that we people need to know about the Laos plains. The sediments from one particular specific area is being moved from that particular place to another particular place by the wind. So when the wind deposit those particular sediments in its neighboring area, then there we see the formation of the Laos plains. Okay, there is the formation of the Laos plains in those particular regions. So are we good about these things now, guys? After this particular thing, The next plain that we have after Laos plains, the next major plains we have is known as the flood plains. Okay, next one is the flood plains. When we talk about the flood plains, remember one thing. They are formed due to the fluvial action fluvial action of the they are formed due to the fluvial action of the when rivers get flooded. Suppose here we have the river, we are seeing the front view of the river. Here we have the river. Okay, this is the surface, this is the river bed, and this is the water of the river. Guys, remember one thing, when river gets flooded or when rivers get over flooded, this is the water. When rivers get flooded in particular specific time period, then river deposits some sediments nearby its surface like this. Some sediments are also being deposited. Here we have the these are the sediments. And after over a period of time, this water gets evaporated. Here we have the evaporation of okay, when river gets normal, when river started flowing in its original course, so the water that is being deposited in the side of the river, it gets evaporated. Evaporation is there. Evaporation. Water gets evaporated and there only left the sediments. There only left the here only we have the sediments. Here we have the sediments. These are the sediments. These are the sediments. Now these particular sediments makes this particular area fertile. So this is known as this region is known as the flood plains. This region. They both are known as the floodplains. Are we good about the floodplains, guys? Okay. So this area is known as the floodplains. Now, buddy. Now, after this particular thing, the next plains is the coastal plains. They are formed due to the reason, but two reasons are there for the formation of the coastal plains, but the main reason is the wave action. Okay, next one is the floodplains. Next is the after floodplain we have the coastal plains. Guys, when we talk about the coastal plains, remember one thing, they are formed due to the two reasons, but majorly they are formed due to the wave action. They are, write down, they are formed due to the two reasons, but majorly They are formed due to wave action. We're going to talk about these particular things in our upcoming classes. You need not to worry. Okay. Okay. Now, so these are the things. We had talked about lava plains in our previous lecture. I hope that things are making sense to you people. Now, buddy, after this thing, if you see the lava plains are formed due to the volcanic activity. It means they are formed due to the indigenous forces. And the structures and the relief features which are formed due to the endogenic forces, they are being categorized into second order relief. So lava plain, complete lava plain is categorized into second order relief feature. So this particular lava plain comes under the second order relief. Okay. It is being categorized into second order. Why? Because they are formed due to the they are formed due to they are formed due to the endogenic remember this thing. They are formed due to the endogenic force. That's why they are categorized into second order. We should know about this particular things. We had talked about the lava plains in our previous lectures. So you people have to watch that particular lecture also. Now, buddy, after this, just wait. Why this is happening? Okay, now, buddy, when we talk about the next thing, that is the whether it is loess plain, whether it is flood plains, or whether it is coastal plains. These complete plains are formed due to the exogenic forces. So that's why we will categorize them into the third order relief. Okay, they come under the third order relief. You people might be remember that when we were talking about the relief features, we had talked about the first order relief, second order relief, and third order relief. There I told you that the only structure is left, that is the plains, and we will categorize plain according to the process of formation. If plain is formed due to the endogenic forces, then it is categorized into second order relief. If plains are formed due to the exogenic forces, then they will categorized into the third order relief. So this is the categorization that I am telling you in today's class. Okay, so it's write down here. They are formed due to the exogenic Are we good about these things? These are the things that we people need to know first off. Do let me know in the comment section, everyone, that are we good about these things or not. So what we had talked about? So today we had talked about the thing, and the thing is that we had talked about the plains. We had talked about we have categorized the plains on the basis of their topography and process of the formation. When we talk about the topography, here we will going to talk about the structure of the surface. In this particular thing, we have categorized plane into different parts. The very first thing is the regular plane. It is almost constant and smooth structure. It is the most common type of plane that we Here relief formation is almost zero. The next one is the irregular plane. Guys, when we talk about the irregular planes are mostly developed due to the volcanic activity. Okay, here we have the homogeneous rock structure, that is the only and only igneous rock. Okay, now next one is the badland topography or rugged surface. They are developed due to the volcanic activity and the heterogeneous rock structure. In heterogeneous rock structure, we have the different rocks like sedimentary, igneous, metamorphic, and these are the rocks. Okay, and they are developed due to the action or due to the wind action. After this, on the basis of the process of their formation, we have categorized the plane into different categories. The very first is the lava plains. They are formed due to the multiple fault line and basic lava, and lava plains are the rarest one. That's why they are formed due to the endogenic forces. That's why we have categorized them into the second order relief. The plains of Hungary make the largest lava plains of the world, and they are known as the Hungarian plains, guys. And guys, remember one thing, that India has no lava plains. After this, we have the Laos plains. When we talk about the Laos plains, they are formed due to the aeolian action. We are going to talk about how Laos plains are formed. And remember again, Laos plains are not found in India. After this particular thing, we have the floodplains. When we talk about the floodplains, they are formed due to the fluvial action of the rivers. When we will going to talk about the rivers, then there we will going to discuss about the floodplains. Next one is the coastal plains. They are formed due to the two forces, but the major force that is impacting, that is forming the coastal plains, is the wave action. When we will going to talk about the oceanography, then we will going to discuss about this coastal plains or in other things. Okay, so these are the things. Now buddy, I hope we are good about these particular things. Do let me know in the comment section. Okay, everyone do let me know in the comment section that are we good about these particular things or not. So these are the things. After this, let's move towards the next topic. Now we have to talk about the Laos plains. Laos plains, when we talk about the Laos plains, so before knowing the Laos plains, we first need to understand about the concept of desert. Okay, the heading would be the Laos plains. Remember guys, before knowing the Laos plains, before knowing the Laos plains, we should know the should know the concept of desert. So we have to understand the concept of desert. So the next heading is the concept of desert. Guys, when we talk about the concept of desert, the very first thing, that what is the desert? What do we people understand by the term desert? Guys, desert are geographically defined as a region with minimum biodiversity and vegetation. They are geographically defined as the region with minimum biodiversity minimum biodiversity and minimum vegetation. So these are the things that we people need to understand. Hi Ram Ram, how are you buddy? Arey Ram Ram bhai, how are you? Gayab Shadow, nice name. Gayab Shadow, good. Now guys, deserts are geographically defined as the region with a minimum biodiversity and minimum vegetation. Biodiversity we know. We have to talk about the vegetation. Guys, when we talk about the vegetation density, okay, minimum vegetation, I have to write here the minimum vegetation density. Proper name should be minimum vegetation density. Guys, minimum vegetation density is always measured in number of trees per kilometer square. Vegetation density is always measured in number of trees per kilometer square. This is known as minimum vegetation. Now, buddy, now. After this particular thing. Guys, when we calculate the vegetation density, we only take those regions which are undisturbed by the humans. We will not take the whole complete region. When we calculate, write down, while calculating vegetation density, we only consider those regions which are undisturbed by the humans. So these are the regions where we have the vegetation density. So we only consider only those area which are undisturbed by the human beings. Now guys, when we calculate the vegetation density, we have the different things while calculating the vegetation density. Write down the next thing, that vegetation density. Now, when we talk about the vegetation density, we have the three different categorization. The very first categorization, if vegetation density is more than or equals to 100, if I'm writing it down in short form, vegetation density is more than or equals to 100, then what happens? If vegetation density is more than or equals to, then remember guys, here we have the high vegetation density. This particular region is considered as the high vegetation density. high vegetation density. And here we have the regions like forests. Okay, here we have the regions like. Next region, when vegetation density is more than or equals to 100. Next region is the where vegetation density is more than or equals to 100, but vegetation density is less than, more than or equals to 10, but it is less than, then this particular area is known as the mid vegetation density, and it is categorized into two different parts. Here we have the mid vegetation density, and it is categorized into two different parts. Okay, here we have the two different parts. The very first part is the grasslands. The very first part is the grassland. Guys, when we talk about the grasslands, grasslands look like this. Like this. Here we have few trees, but grasses cover up the land. We could not see the, okay, grasses has covered the, grasses cover up the land. After grasslands, we have the next category that is known as the scrubland. When we talk about the scrubland, guys, in scrubland we have the things like this. Scrubland. We have the trees. We have the presence of trees. But guys, grasses are present in patches. Okay. We could see the land. Okay. Grasses are present in patches. Grass do not cover the land properly. Grass not cover up the grass not cover up the. So this is the thing that we need to understand. Are we good about these things? Now guys, after this thing, if vegetation density is low, then that particular area is known as the desert. Third categorization. If vegetation density is less than, and it is known as low vegetation density. It is known as low vegetation density. And guys, this particular area is known as deserts. Is known as desert. And remember one thing. That where vegetation density is more than 100, here we have high precipitation. Here we have high fertile soil. Remember these points. Where vegetation density is mild, there precipitation and fertility both are mild. And where vegetation density is low, here we have precipitation, low precipitation, and low fertile fertility of soil is also. So these are the categorization that we people need to understand. Are we good about these things, guys? Do let me know in the comment section that are we good about these things or not. Everyone. Now guys, now write down a note that vegetation density depends upon the two factors, that is the fertility of the soil and precipitation. So you may write down this thing in a note. Write down a note. That vegetation density depends upon two factors, that is fertility of the soil and precipitation, that is rainfall. So vegetation density depends upon these particular two factors. Are we good about these things? Are we good about these things, guys? Do let me know in the comment section that are we good about these things or not. So we had talked about the plains. Now we have to talk about the desert. Then only we will be able to talk about the flood. Then only we will be able to talk about the louse plains. So are we good about the plains formation? We had talked about the topography, we had talked about the process of formation. Now we were discussing about the louse plains, but before knowing the louse plains, we should know about the concept of desert. In the concept of desert, we had talked about the vegetation density. Now from tomorrow onwards, we will categorize the type of desert and we will look into the major deserts of the world. I hope that things are making sense to you people. Now, buddy, this is all for today. I hope you people enjoyed this lecture. Thanks a lot, Jahan. Thank you so much. Bye-bye, everyone. I hope you people enjoyed this lecture and do let me know in the comment section that what you feel about this particular lecture. Thank you so much. Bye-bye and thank you. Bye, everyone.